Three big AI tools dropped this week, and your feed is already telling you all of them are game changers. They're not. Some of this you should grab today, some of it you should let other people beta test for you, and one of it you can ignore completely. And I'm going to tell you exactly which is which before you waste a single afternoon. No philosophy in this one. We're running 3 drops. Adobe's AI assistants now live inside Photoshop and Premiere. Moonshot's dirt-cheap Kimi K2.7-Code, and OpenAI's new partner network. And each one gets a straight verdict. Try it, wait, or skip. We start with the one most of you already pay for, and probably haven't switched on yet. Adobe AI Assistants. Verdict. Try it. Carefully. If you're paying for Creative Cloud, this is the one that actually lands in your lap. As of June 18th, Adobe pushed a public beta that drops dedicated AI assistants right inside Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Illustrator, InDesign, and Frame.io, with After Effects still locked behind a private beta. These run on Adobe's Firefly Creative Agent, and the whole point is that each one is a specialist for the app it lives in, not a generic chatbot you have to babysit. Here's what that means for your actual workflow, because this is where it earns the verdict. In Premiere, you can tell it to sort raw footage into bins, batch rename 100 clips based on what's happening on screen, and scan your audio to auto-drop markers on the timeline. That's the editing grunt work that eats your Sunday. Gone. In Photoshop, you describe the outcome. Swap this background, resize this for every platform, clean up these layers, and it runs the whole thing across the composite. Illustrator's version chews through production jobs like spinning 50 versioned files out of a spreadsheet or running a pre-flight check before a print job blows up in your face. If your week is half creative work and half busy work, this is aimed straight at the busy work half. So why isn't this a flat try it with no asterisk? 2 reasons, and you need both before you touch it. Number 1, this is a public beta, and Adobe basically admitted it by saying the assistant guides you down the happy path. Translation? It's great on predictable tasks and gets wobbly the second your project goes weird. So test it on junk first. Run it on an old project, a throwaway edit, something with 0 stakes. Do not hand it a client deliverable due tomorrow and walk away. Number 2, and this is the one nobody's talking about. Adobe has not said what this costs long term. Right now, it's not clear whether these agent features stay in your current plan or eventually move behind an upgrade. Knowing Adobe, I would not bet on free forever. So the verdict on Adobe is try it. Today. On low stakes work. With one eye on your subscription. If you've already switched it on, drop your first impression in the comments, because I'm building a full hands-on test, and your real-world wins and disasters are exactly what I want to feature. That's the cheap, safe play this week. Next one's the cheap, slightly dangerous play, and it might be the best value in AI right now. Kimi K2.7-Code. Verdict. Try it, if you code. If you write code, or you run AI agents that write code, stop scrolling for this one. On June 12th, Moonshot AI, a lab out of Beijing, dropped Kimi K2.7-Code, and the spec sheet is genuinely absurd for an open model. 1 trillion parameters total on a mixture of expert setup. Only about 32 billion firing per token. A 256,000 token context window. And the weights are open under a modified MIT license, sitting on Hugging Face right now. The headline upgrade is roughly 30% fewer reasoning tokens than the last version, which, in plain English, means it does the same job while burning less compute. For anyone running long agent sessions, that's the number that actually hits your bill. And the bill is the whole pitch. Through Moonshot's API, this thing runs around 95 cents per million input tokens and $4 per million output, with a command line plan starting at $19 a month. Compared to the premium closed models, that's not a discount. That's a different price universe. If your AI coding costs have been quietly creeping up, this is the first serious, wait, I could just switch moment in a while. But here's where I save you from the hype. Because the internet is screaming that Kimi beats Claude Opus 4.8. And that headline is doing some serious lying by omission. That win is on exactly one tool use benchmark, MCP mark, where Kimi scored higher. It is not better at coding across the board. On other benchmarks like Kimi Codebench v2, it actually trails both GPT 5.5 and Opus. So the real story is, open model wins one narrow test, loses others. Which is still impressive, but it is not the giant killer the thumbnails promise. And one more thing you cannot skip. Every one of those numbers is company reported. Moonshot ran the tests, Moonshot published the scores, and they have not been independently checked on the standard public suites yet. Treat them as a starting point, not a result. The only benchmark that counts is the one you run on your own code. Quick mythbuster while we're here. Because open source, run it yourself, gets thrown around like it's free. It is not practical for most of you. This is a trillion parameter model. Self-hosting a usable version needs hundreds of gigabytes of memory. And with this year's memory prices, that hardware is brutal. So don't fantasize about running it in your garage. The real freedom here is the cheap API and the option to host later if you ever truly need to. Use the API. Skip the hardware dream. Verdict on Kimi. Try it if you code, lead with the cheap API, and judge it on your own tasks, not on Moonshot's scorecard. If you've already run it through real work, tell me in the comments what held up and what fell apart, because that's the benchmark this channel actually trusts. That's 2 solid try-its. The last drop this week is the one I'm telling you to ignore, and I'll explain why in under 2 minutes. OpenAI Partner Network. Verdict. Skip. Keep one takeaway. This is the one your feed dressed up as huge news. So let me be blunt. As a tool, this is not for you. On June 14th, OpenAI launched the OpenAI Partner Network, a $150 million program with 3 partner tiers and a launch roster of consulting giants like Accenture, Bain, BCG, and McKinsey. It's a channel program for enterprise consultants to build and sell AI deployments. There is no button here for you to press, nothing to download, nothing to switch on. So for 99% of this audience, the verdict is simple. Skip it. But, and this is the only reason it's in the video, there's one line in the announcement worth pocketing. OpenAI itself said the bottleneck to getting value from AI is no longer the model's intelligence. It's actually deploying it into how people work. That's the company that sells the model, telling you the model was never the hard part. Why should you care? Because it tells you where the tools are heading. The next wave of stuff that lands in your apps is going to be less smarter model and more done-for-you workflow. Exactly like those Adobe Assistants we opened with. So you don't act on this news. You just file the direction. And one fact the breathless coverage skipped. That 300,000 certified consultants number everyone repeated is a goal, not a count. Nobody has those people trained yet. And OpenAI hasn't even defined what the certification involves. So when you see it quoted as if it already happened, that's your reminder to read the verb tense before you believe a stat. Verdict stands. Skip the program, keep the signal. So here's your week in one breath. Adobe's Assistants. Try it. On junk projects. Watch your subscription. Kimi K2.7-Code. Try it if you code. Ride the cheap API. Ignore the Beats Opus hype. OpenAI's Partner Network. Skip it. Pocket the one takeaway. 2 tools worth your time. 1 headline worth ignoring. If a no-nonsense verdict on every AI drop is what you're here for, instead of 3 thumbnails screaming "game changer" at you, subscribing keeps these coming, because cutting through the noise takes more time than reprinting it. Now your turn. Which of these are you actually trying this week? And what do you want me to stress test first? Adobe's Assistants or Kimi on a real code base? Drop it in the comments. The top requests decide the next video. Catch you in the next one.